This YouTuber has filmed himself laughing at a dead body in a forest, tasing dead rats, scamming people out of millions, and selling moldy food to kids. How in the hell is he still here? If you were on the internet in 2017, you thought this dude was gone. Bro messed up in the most viral, world-ending ways possible. And yet, here we are in 2026. He's a full-time WWE superstar, a multi-millionaire, and he just beat a massive lawsuit. But why does this guy keep getting away with so much? To understand, let us go back to 2013. Before TikTok, there was Vine.
Me, no. No, maybe someone else, I don't know.
Did you just honk at me? You unleashed the beast with the bomb squad! Oh my god! Oh my god! Oh my god!
And Logan Paul was the actual king of that 6-second hustle. He was just this screaming blonde kid from Westlake, Ohio, who spent his time wrestling and making weird videos with his brother Jake. Logan actually went to Ohio University for industrial engineering. Can you imagine this man as your engineer? But the internet was calling. In 2014, he dropped out, packed his bags, and moved to an apartment in LA with a bunch of other Vine stars. Dude was literally a professional athlete of being annoying. This is when the splits era happened. He would literally go to the busiest places in New York City and just drop into a perfect split. Subways, outside restaurants, even in the middle of museums while people were trying to look at dinosaurs. Bro was tapping random people on the shoulder just to make sure they didn't miss him potentially tearing his pants in public. It was honestly cringe, but it worked. He moved to LA with his brother Jake and they started the daily vlog era. It was just 24/7 shenanigans.
Laptop's in the washer. We'll see what happens. So let's just go for it, right? Alright, this is his like brand new computer. I'm about to FaceTime Logan.
Pranks, stunts, and the Maverick brand. Where did the Maverick brand come from? It was actually named after his parrot Maverick. This bird was with him before he was even famous on Vine. Sadly, in 2019, Maverick eventually got eaten by Logan's dog while he was away, which is incredibly dark. But that bird inspired a clothing brand that made between $30 and $40 million in a single year.
Like super exclusive
Yo,
snowboard shop.
this is so fucking lit! Bro!
By 2017, he was making $12.5 million a year and hanging out with The Rock. He was literally the biggest star on YouTube. He was even Kirk Mann on the Disney Channel show Bizaardvark.
With the side of Kirk fries and a Kirk shake. See what I did there? I introduced myself. Hi, I'm Dirk's brother, Kirk.
But even back then, the red flags were flying. He dropped a song called No Handlebars, where he literally rode women like they were bicycles. The band Flowbots sued him for ripping off their song and people were already calling him the face of douchebag entitlement. Still, brother was making $12.5 million a year, had millions of kids in the Low Gang, and felt untouchable. Until he went to Japan. December 31, 2017, the day the world changed for Logan. He went to Japan and he went full menace. Before the forest even happened, bro was terrorizing Tokyo.
What happened? What did he do?
No! I'm sorry, the filming.
Oh, it's the film. Oh, it's the vlog. You know how it is in Japan. They're all about the respect.
He was running through the fish market, jumping on moving forklifts, and putting raw fish on the back of taxis. He even smashed a Game Boy on the street and dropped his pants in public. What a weirdo. Dude even bought these giant plush Pokeballs and started hurling at them at random people in the street, and even at police cars. Next, the forest. Aokigahara. Logan shows up and they find a body hanging from a tree. Instead of putting the camera down, he starts joking. He asks the body, "Yo, are you alive?" and tells his friend, "What, you've never stand next to a dead guy?" while laughing. It was pure insanity. The backlash was like nothing we've ever seen. Breaking Bad's Aaron Paul told him to go rot in hell, and Sophie Turner called him an idiot. Even PewDiePie thought he went too far. YouTube kicked him out of their premium ad program and put his new movie, The Thinning: New World Order, on hold and removed him from the show Foursome. He tried to apologize with a video called So Sorry, saying he had a severe and continuous lapse in judgment.
And I don't expect to be forgiven. I'm simply here to apologize. So what we came across that day in the woods was obviously unplanned, and the reactions you saw on tape were raw, they were unfiltered.
He even promised to give $1 million to mental health and groups helping people in hard times. But like 3 weeks later, he's back and he's tasing dead rats and performing CPR on a live fish. Bro was literally speedrunning how to get banned from the internet. YouTube finally just turned off all his ads. He was basically done. Or so we thought. Because only 18 days later, YouTube turned his ads right back on and put him on a 90-day probation. Logan realized he couldn't just be a prankster anymore. He needed a new game. So he did two things. He started the Impulsive podcast to show he was mature. Yeah, right, bro. As if you'd ever grow mature. But first, he dropped a documentary called The Maverick to tell everyone how tough his year was. Bro has main character syndrome for days. After that came the boxing. He started a beef with KSI. For the rematch, Logan hired this guy Shannon the Cannon Briggs as his coach. Bro, Shannon was literally just a human soundboard. He followed Logan everywhere screaming, "Let's go, champ!" like 500 times a day. Logan even said he was becoming a cold-hearted killer. The press conferences were pure comedy. At one point in London, Logan got booed so hard he literally told the crowd,
Wow. That's a shame. All the support that we gave you in World War II, and this is how you return the favor. Wow.
Bro, you're from Ohio, not the 1940s. KSI even walked out holding a dog he named King Kong just to mess with Logan because his actual dog, Kong, had just died. Savage. Logan actually lost a pro fight to KSI because he hit him behind the head and got 2 points taken away. But did he stop? Nope. He went and fought Floyd Mayweather. Like the Floyd Money Mayweather. And what does Logan do? He showed up to the fight wearing a $150,000 Charizard Pokemon card around his neck like it was a gold medal. By the end of the night, Paul had landed 28 of his 217 punches, while Mayweather had connected on 43 of his 107. The fight was basically 8 rounds of hugging, and Mayweather later called it legalized bank robbery.
Y'all can say what y'all want to say. At the end of the day, I'm the smart one.
Because they made millions for doing almost nothing. There were no judges and no official winner was declared, although it was pretty clear Mayweather would have won easily if there had been. But at least he survived, right? He didn't go into a coma or break his jaw like his brother did. In 2022, Logan leveled up. He launched Prime Hydration with his old enemy KSI. They sponsored the UFC, Arsenal, and the WWE. People were literally fighting in stores over a bottle of blue raspberry. By 2023, they were doing over $1.2 billion in sales. To celebrate selling 1 billion bottles, he made 2 24-karat solid gold prime bottles worth $500,000 each. He placed them in bulletproof cases in New York City and London. He told fans they had to guess a code to win, and if nobody guessed the code in 48 hours, the gold bottles would be dropped into a vat of what is basically molten lava and melted. Bro is literally a movie villain at this point. And what do you know? A little kid in London won the challenge. With KSI screaming louder than a jet engine on that poor family's ear, a mom and her 2 kids celebrate winning the $500,000 challenge. But that meant the other bottle in New York got sent to hell for literally nothing. Like damn, $500,000 just melted like that. Crazy shit billionaires do, I guess. But being big sometimes also means big lawsuits. The Olympic Committee sued him for using their trademarks. And Lionel Messi's drink company, Maz Plus, got into a huge fight with Prime over their bottle design. Logan's team sued Messi and his team because the bottle looked exactly like Prime. Messi's slogan was replenish, refresh, revive. And Logan was probably like, bro, that's just my slogan with a thesaurus. However, by January 2026, Logan resolved both. Messi's drink actually switched to cans just to avoid the drama with Logan. But wait, there's more. Prime also faced a massive lawsuit for having forever chemicals called PFAs in their grape flavor. Plus, the Prime Energy cans got banned in Canada because they had 200 milligrams of caffeine, which is more than the limit set in the country. That's like 6 cans of Coke in a single bottle. Little kids were drinking them and probably seeing through time and communing with eldritch gods. Now in 2026, he's launching Prime Zero with no sugar and no coconut water just to try and make parents happy again. But then came the biggest boss fight yet, Coffeezilla. This internet detective dropped a YouTube series saying Logan's NFT game, CryptoZoo, was a massive scam. Logan promised a fun game that makes you money where you buy digital eggs and hatch hybrid animals that earn you money. But bro, the rare animals were literally just stock photos that someone probably slapped together in 5 minutes. We're talking about a picture of a penguin mixed with a shark that looked like it was made in 1998. People lost millions of dollars. Logan first tried to sue Coffeezilla. Later, he said he was sorry and offered a $2.3 million refund. But the refund had a huge catch. To get your money back, you had to sign a contract saying you wouldn't sue him. Bro was literally buying people's silence with their own money. The crazy part is, in November 2025, a judge actually dismissed the huge lawsuit against Logan. Why? Because the judge used the puffery defense. He basically said that when Logan called the game really fun or said he had a massive team, he was just bragging. The judge literally ruled that no reasonable buyer would actually believe what Logan Paul says. Bro won a lawsuit by technically being a loudmouth. Now, Logan is suing Coffeezilla for $75,000 for defamation because he says he's not a scammer. Instead, he claims he simply failed to finish the game. But as of 2026, a judge told Logan he can't get that case dismissed. So they're headed to a giant trial showdown. It's the internet trial of the century. And now, the final form, Logan Paul WWE Superstar.
Logan Paul.
He captures the US title, joins Paul Heyman's The Vision stable with Braun Breaker and Bronson Reed, and in January 2026, he signs a full-time contract. He's not a part-timer anymore. He's taking out CM Punk and the LA Knight. He even had a kid named Esme and got married to a supermodel. Bro is actually a professional athlete now. But wait, we can't forget Lunchly. He teamed up with Mr. Beast and KSI to launch a healthy Lunchables competitor. But this shit was a disaster. This product is a poisoning people levels of disaster. People started finding mold in the cheese, like actual fuzzy mold in kits that were supposed to be sealed and wasn't even expired. Rosanna Pansino literally opened a moldy kit on camera. And what did Logan do? Instead of saying, "My bad, we'll fix the factory," he just laughed it off on his podcast and said,
I like my cheese moldy, bro.
Yo.
The FDA literally got 10 formal complaints and reports of kids getting sick. It was basically food poisoning in a box. And Logan just laughed about it and openly mocked people. Bro is built different, or just really stupid, or he probably just ate the mold. So, is Logan Paul a genius who learned from his mistakes, or is he just too big to fail now? Let me know in the comments. Also, subscribe or you'll find a moldy lunchly in your kitchen tonight.